Hi, Kelly Eckold here to give you a summary of the key messages of our freshly released economic overview. The economy has been running rough in the last few months, so we've pushed out the timing of when we think the recovery of the economy is going to occur. We think that growth in the second half of 2025 remained distinctly subpar, but we think it'll pick up to trend growth by the middle of 2026. So for 2025 we think we're going to register 1.2% growth for the year, whereas in 2026 it'll rise to 3%. The labour market still has a little way to weaken, so we think that when the Q3 data is released next week, the unemployment rate will tick up to 5.3% and peak at 5.4% in the December quarter, before starting to fall from the middle of next year. For the Reserve Bank and interest rates, we expect that there's one more interest rate cut to come to 2.25%, with some chance that we do get a larger cut to 2% depending on how the indicators evolve. We continue to believe that the neutral interest rate is closer to 3.75%, so interest rates down here are seen as pretty stimulatory. The exchange rate is expected to continue to languish. The house view for the US dollar is that it too will also be weak, so we don't really expect the New Zealand US dollar exchange rate to fall far, but we do expect to remain weak against some of the other currencies in the basket. For example, we see the New Zealand dollar Australian dollar rate heading down to 86 cents. So for businesses and consumers, that means that there are some better times ahead awaiting. And similarly for the agricultural sector, we think the good times are going to continue for the foreseeable future. For businesses that are tied to the government sector, it's still going to be a bit tough because there's not very much money in the kitty there. I'll be back to update you next week with the outcome of the labour market report and where that unemployment rate ultimately lands.